any words of wisdom for the kids out there?
Drink plenty of fluids on a hot day and get high in the music, not the drugs.
Welcome back, winners and losers, to another episode of Take the Points. I'm your host, Fat Sam. With me, as always, the world-famous T-Bone.
Present.
And our enforcer and legal counsel, Joey Guns. So, we're going to recap Week 9.
Painfully.
Which wasn't a great week for us. I personally had let too many people influence me in my picks. Didn't work out so well. But we'll talk a little bit about that.
Sounds like you're deflecting.
I'm going to blame T-Bone.
Or projecting.
I'm projecting on T-Bone because his pick of the week, which he's going to talk about real quick, what went wrong there. And he wasn't the only one, I'll just say that. Everywhere I looked, people were on Seattle. And so I got on him. And that was a bad thing to get on. That was the bad boat to jump on. But anyways, T-Bone, let's recap your pick of the week from last week.
Yeah, so Seattle, the problem with Seattle, I was concerned about them going West Coast, East Coast, time zone changes. You know, traditionally teams don't play as well when they travel that far. But in my defense, when you look at Buffalo and how Buffalo had played the last 3 games, they looked bad. You know, they started off the year really hot. I was surprised. I was like, okay, maybe this is Buffalo's year. And then all of a sudden, they put out some real stinkers against the Jets and whoever else. I forget who it was. But basically, they just looked terrible. So I figured, all right, what's going to happen is Seattle's going to come in there. They're going to put up a lot of points. Buffalo is going to get behind. And then they were just probably going to play good enough to score but still lose. And, you know, lo and behold, I'm watching, the game scores pop up there. And Buffalo's up 7-0. Okay, no big deal. And then they're up 14. Then they're up like 21. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So I think what happened is they actually turned the script on them and got up big on Seattle and forced Seattle to play catch up. And so at the end of the day, I don't think Seattle is not a playoff team. I think they are. The problem is, though, they do have to figure out what's going on defense. Because if they don't get the defense straight and get together, they are going to have problems later. But to Buffalo's credit, they played a good game. They won, and that was my pick of the week, and I missed.
I re-listened to last week's cast, and I had said there, I was like, wouldn't it be fitting that this is the week Buffalo shows up? And
about freaking time.
That was my one of my more prophetic thoughts of the last week. So they did. They showed up. Their offense was firing. Seattle had no answer on defense, as T-Bone said.
I do recall myself talking about this during the podcast last week and saying that, Seattle's 32nd.
Yeah, you did.
Rated defense.
Yep.
There's 32 teams in the league.
I do remember that. Yep.
Traveling, you're always the big one on the traveling east. And this week we got Chargers traveling east to Miami. So
we're going to talk about that in the next podcast.
But Miami went out to Arizona, so it's hard to say.
Yeah. So just to keep us moving along here, my pick of the week last week was Minnesota, which actually was right. Unfortunately, I was following T-Bone when it came time to put the wager slips in, and
why do you keep looking off my paper and cheating, man?
I got to learn. I got to learn not to do that. I should have looked at my own paper and said, wait a minute, I really liked Minnesota this week. And the reasons I liked them are the reasons why they won. Again, Dalvin had a great game. And when they're firing on all cylinders, they got a lot of good pieces there. I mean, they didn't even need Jefferson and Thielen, and they didn't even need Cousins. It was Dalvin Cook and some defense from not a great defense, but they played well enough to pull off that win. So that was a good one. And Joey Guns, I want to say this real quick. He had I think it was a 4 or a 5 team parlay that could have won him a couple grand or $1,500 that he was right on the edge of. But Arizona got him just like it got all of us last week. But in his parlay pick of the week, he was 6 in one, half dozen in the other, half and half, wins you 0. But they were good picks. But we'll let him talk about that real quick.
Yeah, Fat Sam, thanks for that. I don't know what else to say. I think Baltimore did exactly what Baltimore does. Big win on that end, and then
But it was tight. It was tight going into that last, play of the game.
they pulled it off.
They did.
pretty handily, but I think they won by 14 points in there, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So on the other end of that, I mean, you're gonna have to talk to Tom Brady about what happened in Tampa Bay because I can't explain.
Another game is like, what the hell happened there? I
Yeah.
don't even know.
I can't explain that, but that's kind of worrying going forward. It's like, can you count on the Buccaneers if
I think he's going to either bounce back or he's going to have another bad game.
I think
One
they
of the
have
two.
to. They have to
Yeah.
with 2 losses to the Saints. I mean, this is almost like must win for them this week.
Absolutely. So yeah, apologize for that. Went 3 weeks in a row, just killing it, burning it up, and then last week just laid down the terrible pick. But this week, I think you're gonna love what I got coming for you. So stay tuned.
And we're going to talk more about that. So that pretty much covers our recap show for this week. As
We'll do
always,
better. We'll do better next week.
if you want all our picks, make sure that you become a patron on Patreon. And if you did well last week and want to send us a little love, our PayPal is down below and
Like, subscribe.
in our scrolling video. So we'll see you soon. And as always, good luck out there. And remember, take the points.